Have you ever walked into a perfume store all excited, ready to explore, and after just a few sprays, all the scents start blending together? That magical vanilla note, gone. The sharp citrus disappeared. Suddenly, every fragrance smells like perfume. That, my friend, is nose blindness. And I've been there more times than I'd like to admit. Hey, I'm Jesse. Welcome to the channel where we talk all things fragrance. Whether you're a collector, a casual sprayer, or want to smell amazing on a budget. If that sounds like your vibe, go ahead and subscribe. Let's get into it. Let me take you back to one of my most chaotic perfume shopping days. I had just discovered niche perfumes and walked into this boutique with a notebook, a pen, and way too much confidence. I had 15 perfumes on my list to try. 15. I thought I was being organized. I even made columns, top notes, dry down, projection. What I didn't realize, my poor nose was in for a beatdown. By the 5th bottle, I couldn't smell anything clearly. Everything started to smell the same, vaguely sweet, kind of woody, and maybe even dusty. I remember trying to describe one perfume as metallic lavender rain, and the sales assistant just stared at me. I left with no clear favorites, a headache, and a bag full of scented blotters that all smelled like confusion. So what actually is nose blindness? It's officially called olfactory fatigue. Basically, when you smell too many things in a short time, your brain starts to ignore them. It's a survival thing. Your brain filters out constant info to help you focus. That's why you don't always notice your own home smell, or why you stop smelling your signature scent after a while. But when you're trying to compare perfumes, going nose blind is the worst. It's like your brain going, they all smell fine. Let's move on. Not helpful. The first tip is simple. Don't go in blind. I used to walk into stores and smell everything. Not smart. Now, I go in with a mission. Like today, I'm only trying 5 woody fragrances. Or, let's just explore fresh summer scents. That way, my nose doesn't have to shift gears from fruity candy bombs to smoky out in 10 seconds. Trust me, it's way easier to remember what you like when the scents belong to the same category. And your nose, way less overwhelmed. Next tip, always start with blotter strips. I used to spray everything on my skin. Big mistake. Your skin mixes with the scent. And after a few sprays, you're a walking fragrance salad. Blotter strips are like a neutral canvas. They let you compare fragrances side by side without messing with your body chemistry. Spray it, wave it in the air for 30 seconds to let the alcohol fade, and then sniff. You'll get a way more accurate reading of the opening notes. Don't forget to label the strip. Either write on it or bring sticky notes. I once thought I had discovered a new favorite, only to realize I had no idea which strip it was. Rookie move. This one's funny but true. Don't inhale the blotter like you're trying to snort it. When you bring the strip too close to your nose, you overload your receptors. It's better to wave it gently in front of your face like a fancy wine taster. Take small, short sniffs. Let it hit you slowly. You'll pick up way more nuance, and your nose will last longer. I once heard someone say they sniffed bread to reset their nose. Someone else swore by sniffing unscented lotion. And yes, one person told me they sniffed their dog's fur. Look, no judgment to what works. But honestly, just stick to clean skin, fresh air, and water. It's simple and it works. I still remember the first time I saw the coffee bean trick in action. I visited an upscale perfume boutique with dim lighting, elegant wooden shelves, and soft classical music playing in the background. The kind of place where each bottle has its own little spotlight. I was on fragrance number 7, starting to lose the ability to tell the difference between a citrus top note and a sandalwood base. The sales associate must have seen the confusion on my face because she gently handed me a tiny glass jar filled with roasted coffee beans. I didn't even question it. I took a deep whiff of the beans, kind of like I was taking in the aroma of a freshly brewed espresso. It was rich, bitter, and comforting. Then I went back to smelling perfumes, and at first I thought it helped. So naturally I made it part of my my perfume ritual. Spray, sniff, coffee beans, spray, sniff, coffee beans. I felt like a scent scientist. But over time, I started noticing something weird. The more I relied on the coffee bean method, the less accurate my nose seemed to get. It was like the coffee was clouding my senses, not clearing them. So I did some digging, and here's what I learned. The idea behind sniffing coffee beans is that they cleanse your nose, like smelling salts for your olfactory system. But scientifically, that's not quite how it works. What coffee beans actually do is introduce a new, strong, and familiar smell, something your nose isn't tired of yet. It distracts your brain, not resets it. It's kind of like switching the radio station for a second instead of turning off the noise altogether. But the truth is that the strong aroma of coffee can linger in your nose and actually interfere with the next perfume you smell. It doesn't reset your receptors. It just masks what you've been smelling with something bolder. Worse, if you overdo it, everything starts smelling a little bit like coffee. It's not ideal when trying to detect delicate floral or aquatic notes. The best way to give your nose a clean break, smell your skin. Specifically, the inside of your elbow or your shoulder, anywhere you haven't sprayed perfume. Why? Because it's a neutral scent your brain is already used to. There's nothing new or overwhelming about it, so it gives your senses a chance to recalibrate. Using coffee beans to reset your sense of smell is more myth than method. It doesn't truly cleanse or restore your olfactory receptors. It just introduces a strong, familiar scent that momentarily distracts your brain. Olfactory fatigue happens because your brain filters out repeated smells to prevent overload. Sniffing coffee beans doesn't reactivate your smell receptors or reset anything. Coffee has a powerful aroma that can actually linger in your nasal cavity, potentially interfering with how you perceive the next scent. So it's more like swapping one dominant smell for another, not cleaning the slate. First, it's familiar. Most people recognize the smell of coffee, so it feels grounding. Second, it's a ritual. Holding a little jar of beans makes you feel like a professional. And third, it seems to help at first, especially if you're overwhelmed, because it cuts through scent clutter temporarily. But again, it's a distraction, not a fix. The top recommendations from perfumers and fragrance experts are: smelling your own skin or clean clothing. Familiar and neutral provides a natural reset. Take breaks between scents, 3 to 5 perfumes at a time, maximum, with pauses in between. Fresh air and hydration help your body and nose reset naturally. Look, coffee beans are kind of like perfume's comfort blanket, familiar, cozy, and passed around a lot. But if you really want to give your nose a break, just sniff your skin or step outside for a bit. That's the true reset. If you're like me and enjoy experimenting with various perfumes, here's something that changed my routine. I started spacing out my testing. Instead of sniffing 2 or 3 perfumes in one afternoon, I test 2 or 3 a day. I wear one on each wrist, one on a blotter, and rotate them during the week. It helps me really get to know a fragrance, its dry down, its projection, how it changes. Less is more. I promise you'll enjoy your collection way more this way. And again, I have to mention it because it's funny. I once heard someone say they sniffed bread to reset their nose. Someone else swore by sniffing unscented lotion and sniffed their dog's fur. Look, no judgment. Do what works. But honestly, just stick to clean skin, fresh air, and water. It's simple and it works. So, here's your perfume testing survival kit. A clear testing plan, blotter strips and a pen. A clean inner elbow equals a reset button. Small breaks and fresh air. Water or tea to stay hydrated. Ziplocs for take-home strips. Samples for slow testing. With this, you'll avoid nose fatigue and enjoy discovering new scents. If this video helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more perfume tips, reviews, and hidden gems. Got your own nose fatigue horror story? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Until next time, smell smart, take it slow, and feel good. Stay fragrant.